And gentlemen, all right, can you hear me now? There. Ladies and gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind taking your seats, Maldonado family, you should be right here in front of me on this side. This is reserved for the Maldonado family. If you are a non-Maldonado family member, you should be on this side. And we appreciate everybody being here. We almost had to add extra seats for the Maldonado family, but we're glad that everyone is here today. We are here to celebrate an incredible occasion, a beautiful ceremony, and we appreciate everyone coming out and joining us today. My name is Tony Forina. I am the Field Operations Director for Hidalgo County Commissioner Eli Torres at Precinct 4, and it is certainly a pleasure to be the Master of Ceremonies today. We have a long list. We actually have 2 ceremonies going on, so I'm going to be your guide throughout the entire ceremony. I may snap at you a little bit because I haven't had my breakfast taco yet, but we're going to get to you as quickly as we can. We'd like to recognize some very special guests that are joining us today. Representing Congressman Vicente Gonzalez's office, we have Mr. Victor Garza. Victor, thank you for being here. Representing Congresswoman Monica de la Cruz's office, we have Mr. Ruben Villarreal. Thank you, sir, for being here. And we're going to go through our elected officials and those that serve on the counties here. So we'd like to start representing County Judge Adrian Alanis. He's representing Mayor Richard Cortez. Adrian, thank you for being here today. Justice of the Peace, Precinct 4, Place 1, Judge Charlie Espinosa is here today. Justice of the Peace, Precinct 4, Place 2, Mr. Andre Maldonado is here today. All right, I want that same enthusiasm from everybody now, not just because he's family, so you know. We'd like to welcome, pulling double duty today, representing Hidalgo County Precinct 4 and the Edinburg Consolidated Independent School District, Board Member Letty Garcia that is here. Representing Hidalgo County Precinct 1, we have Saul Garcia and Michelle Rodriguez that are here today. Also representing ECISD, we have Dominga Vela that is here today. Hello, Minga. From the Ed Couch Elsa ISD, we welcome Board President Rolando Lozano. Rolly, thanks for being here, sir. From County Court Number 7, Sergio Valdez. The Honorable Judge Sergio Valdez is here today. Pulling double duty, working for Hidalgo County Sheriff's Department and representing the city of Mercedes as mayor, Oscar Montoya. Thank you for being here, sir. We do have Hidalgo County Sheriff Eddie Guerra in the house. Thank you for being here, sir. The Weslaco Mercedes Municipal Judge, Judge Alvarez. Thank you for being here, sir. Representing the Hidalgo County Planning Department, Mr. Anthony Uresti. Thank you, Anthony. We'd like to welcome Judge Nereida Singletary that is here with us today. From the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, our great partner, Senior Vice President Veronica Gonzalez. Also pulling double duty as Precinct 4 Chief of Staff and San Isidro ISD School Board Trustee, Belinda Reyes. I saw from the City of Edinburg, we have Mayor Ramiro Garza that is here today. Thank you, sir. We also welcome Councilman David Salazar and Councilman David White. Thank you, gentlemen. Want to welcome Eddie Olivares, the Chief Health Administrator for Hidalgo County Health Department. Representing South Texas ISD, we'd like to welcome Trustee David Torres that's here today in the back. And last but certainly not least, we'd like to welcome Constable Atanasio J.R. Gaitan, who is joining us today. All right. If we have left anybody else off the list, I apologize. I'm getting signals, hand signals here. Letty Flores from the Edinburgh CISD. Letty? We could script it all day long, and we're going to go off script sometime. So thank you for joining us. I'd like to ask to lead us in our invocation, Deacon Henry Perez of the Hector Perez of the St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church.
En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Señor Jesús, te damos gracias por este día que nos has regalado, un maravilloso día, pero también por todas las familias reunidas aquí en este lugar, especialmente la familia Maldonado, de la cual nos sentimos orgullosos de ser parte de esta comunidad. Tú, Señor, te fijaste en estas personas, especialmente en Lili, pero también a los que gobiernan el precinto 4, para que de esta manera, Señor, tú los movieras para darle un reconocimiento a aquellas personas que sirven a la comunidad. En este caso, la señora Maldonado ha servido en esta comunidad por varios años, sin intereses ningunos, siempre haciendo el bien a quienes lo necesitan, a la cual nos sentimos orgullosos de ella que sea parte de este evento. Y gracias a las autoridades reunidas aquí para reconocer el servicio de una mujer que lo dio todo. Y por eso, Señor, te damos gracias infinitamente por todo, y todo te lo pedimos en nombre de Cristo. Y como dijo San Pablo en la carta a los Colosenses, todo lo que digan y hagan, háganlo en el nombre de Cristo. Amén. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén.
Gracias al diácono Héctor Pérez de San José Catholic Church. And now to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, we'd like to welcome the great-granddaughter of Lidia Maldonado and a fourth grade student at Norma Linda Trevino Elementary, Ms. Arabella Maldonado.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Please take your seats. So when Commissioner Torres took the administration in 2019, San Carlos was a priority for us and an area in which we were to focus on. Through the AHEC Center that we have here and the Head Start program, as well as the San Carlos Endowment Center. And I'm going to share a quick story of how I first met Lidia Maldonado. It's our first food drive with the Rio Grande Valley Food Bank. And I looked, and I had my safety director, Jose Segovia, that was with me, and he said, "Sir, there's cars parked on the southbound lane." I said, "Yeah. What do you want to do? It's a 2-lane road." He says, "Move them to the right-of-way. We'll do it." So as I'm moving cars to the right-of-way, out comes this woman, and she says, "I'm here to help." I said, "Okay, I appreciate the help, but if you would help up front when they're, moving the cars along, that'd be great." She said, No, I'm going to help right here." And I said, "Well, I got it under control. We'll be okay." And she said, "No, I'm going to help you." And I finally decided I'm not going to win this argument. So I said, "Yes, ma'am. Before we do anything, though, I need to make sure that you are properly protected because you're not a county employee. You're standing in the middle of the road, and this is a county event." So I took off my yellow safety vest, and I said, "Please wear this as you're doing this." And she said, "Oh, bueno." And she slid it on, And I will tell you what, it was like Moses parting the sea. She just did this and that, and all the cars slid right over into the right-of-way. That is my first introduction to Lidia Maldonado. Enough about me, though. Precinct 4 is very blessed to have an incredible leader. An incredible leader who says, I am not your boss. Your boss are the constituents that we serve. I am your elected leader. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it gives me great honor to introduce our elected leader and a very good friend, Commissioner Eli Torres.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. It really is a beautiful morning this morning, and I want to welcome everyone to the Lidia Maldonado Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex Dedication Ceremony and Hidalgo County Head Start Playground Ribbon Cutting. It really is moving for me to look out into the audience and see the amount of support that has come out for this wonderful dedication. I see so many familiar faces, so many people that I grew up with. I don't know if you know this, but for the first 7 years of my life, I lived here right across the street from the church in San Carlos. So this community is very, very special to me. And I just love seeing so many familiar faces. A lot of my mom's comadres. I see them in the audience. So much support. And I just can't thank you enough for being here on this beautiful day that I knew that was not going to rain. Everyone kept telling me it's going to rain, and I kept looking at my phone. I said, my phone app says it's not going to rain, and they're like, but look, mine says it's going to rain. I said, we're going to go by mine. It's not going to rain. And look, it didn't rain. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. So as we're gathered here today because of this San Carlos complex, it means a lot to the residents of San Carlos and, of course, to our Precinct 4 community. At this complex, you will find multiple services available for the constituents of the rural area, including medical, educational, and wellness services. This is the home of Hidalgo County Head Start. It is home to UTRGV Area Health Education Clinic, as we refer to it as the AHEC Clinic. It's also for Nuestra Clínica del Valle and, of course, WIC. Commissioners Court previously approved funding for this significant improvements to this multi-service complex, and this included additional parking, as you can see to the right of me and all around you, for Head Start and for the AHEC Clinic, as well as drainage improvements, a beautiful digital sign where all our entities will now be able to promote services and upcoming events. We've got some covered walkways for our Head Start students to be protected from the elements, an improved bus pickup lane and drop-off lane, and of course a better looking designated trash collection area for all facilities, and an improved parking lot for Nuestra Clínica del Valle. We left no stone unturned. We wanted this place to look attractive, and we want people to know that it's here and that it's here for them and the services that are available here to them. As we witness the improvements taking shape, we realized what an amazing transformation we were accomplishing. We knew that when we could not let this beautiful and important area remain undedicated and with its original name. And that's why we're here today. Hidalgo County and Precinct 4 wishes to honor Ms. Lidia Maldonado, an individual who has provided decades of community service to the constituents of San Carlos and who truly exemplifies a servant leader with a servant's heart. On September 26 of 2023, Commissioners Court approved a resolution and an order pertaining to renaming the San Carlos Community Resource Center to the Lidia Maldonado Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex. I'd like to take this time to thank Commissioners Court for following our lead on the dedication and the naming of this complex. So a big round of applause for my fellow judge and commissioners. Now, I'd like to share a little background and history on our honoree. Ms. Lidia Maldonado was born on February 2nd, 1942. Oh, did I say 42 or was it 92? Wasn't it 92? 1942, to the late Julian Rodriguez and Maria Diaz. Ms. Maldonado was happily married to the late Adan Maldonado. Together, they were blessed with 5 beautiful children: Gloria Lozano, Arnold Maldonado, Adan Maldonado Jr., Michelle Briceño, and Alberto Maldonado. Ms. Lidia Maldonado is also the proud grandparent to 16 grandchildren and 17 great-grandchildren. And I don't think it's going to stop there. It's going to keep growing. Yes, big round of applause for a big family. Ms. Lidia Maldonado has given back to her community in immeasurable ways. As a parishioner of St. Joseph the Worker Catholic Church in San Carlos, Texas, she has organized numerous fundraisers and the annual church festival. She also served as the school board member for the St. Joseph Catholic School. Ms. Lidia Maldonado spends much of her time and energy volunteering at the Hidalgo County Endowment Center, where she participates in assisting with food and clothing drives, at events handing out turkeys and toys during the holidays to families in need, even directing traffic, like Mr. Forina just shared, wearing one of the crew's bright yellow vests. In 2018, Ms. Lidia Maldonado was appointed to the Community Advisory Board for the UT Health RGV Area Health Education Center, the AHEC Clinic, where she has served as president of the committee. Due to her unselfish efforts and as a pioneer and pillar for the community of San Carlos, Texas, it is once again the reason we are here gathered today to celebrate and dedicate this complex with the unveiling of a plaque for Ms. Lidia Maldonado, Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex, to a servant leader with a servant's heart whose legacy of service will always be admired by those who come here and read her plaque. But before we move on to that, we will hear a few words from Dr. John Renaud, Senior Associate Dean of AHEC Program the AHEC Program Director at UTRGV School of Medicine, Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson, Precinct 4 Chief of Staff for Internal Affairs, and of course, this ceremony cannot happen without hearing from the Maldonado family, sharing a few words on behalf of the family, which will be her grandson, Judge Andre Maldonado, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 4, Place 2. I also cannot go on without thanking my staff who put this event together, from meeting out here to beautifying to moving the plaque, it's too high, it's too low, to those that were out here day in, day out, making sure that our contractors who, Mr. Rene Guerra and Sons did a wonderful, wonderful job, and we just kept adding to the job. We kept adding, it's like, okay, we pave here, you know what, we got to pave over here too. Oh, you know, we got to do this. This grew immensely. And it, like I said, it transformed to this beautiful, beautiful, attractive place. And I cannot thank them enough for doing such a great job. Our engineers at RO Engineering, we want to thank them sincerely for all their work and being patient with us as we kept adding and adding and adding. I can't thank our executive office, Valde, who kept growing that budget, and growing that budget. But at the end of the day, we have a beautiful, beautiful place to celebrate. And I couldn't have done this without the team at Precinct 4. Precinct 4 team, please raise your hand and wave so that you can be recognized for all your hard work and effort. Our parks guys, our road and bridge, our drainage, everyone had a part in this, and I can't thank them enough. And again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is truly a whole life complex, and it's kind of double-edged sword here. Not only is it a whole life complex where people can come and get service from the time that a child is in a mother's womb through the services of the AHEC Clinic, but continue services through the WIC before the child's birth, after the child's birth, continue to receive services, and then they can start their education foundation here with our Head Start and continue the wellness of their health here at this complex. And of course, the second part of that is that we know that Ms. Lidia Maldonado has dedicated her whole life to service, not only to her family, but to her community, and we can't thank her enough. Thank you, Ms. Maldonado, and it is an honor. Thank you.
And that is why we have a fantastic leader. How about a round of applause for Commissioner Eli Torres? So the entire work of teamwork means that our friends from UTRGV, when we said we want to do this, they said not only do we agree, but we want to do it quicker and a lot bigger. So to give us a little details about the Area Health Education Center, please welcome Senior Associate Dean, Dr. John Renaud.
Damas y caballeros, muy buenos días. Es un honor para mí hacer con ustedes hoy. I can't tell you what an honor it is for myself and my wife, Mary Alice, who's joined me this morning, to be with you today. Dr. Culbertson, Commissioner Torres, thank you. My name is John Renault. I'm Senior Associate Dean for Community Health Partnerships for UTRGV School of Medicine and Director of the Area Health Education Centers program. We refer to them as the AHEC. We have our own traffic direction story. I won't try to trump you, but at our community events, one of our patrol officers was doing the best he could to direct traffic. It was kind of overwhelming him, and we looked up and there was another orange vest. And sure enough, it was no one else than Mrs. Maldonado helping out, which to me is evidence of the fact, and it's very clear, that her motto is whatever the community needs. Right? I've heard her and Alicia Rodriguez say this repeatedly, whatever the community needs. That's her motto, and I'm convinced it's a philosophy she lives by. And I can think of no more fitting title for this complex than Whole Life. All about education, all about health, and it's all about community helping each other. And so it's so very, very appropriate that you, and the community is honoring Mrs. Maldonado and her family, really. I'm sure she will be the first to admit that, and the San Carlos community. One of her legacies, ongoing legacy, is the partnership with UTRGV and the School of Medicine and the AHEC program since way back in 2018. It was Mrs. Maldonado, Alicia Rodriguez, Eddie Olivares who really opened the door to this great community partnership in Precinct 4. The very early meetings included all of those folks and other community leaders. They were willing to make the investment. Certainly it's about money. I mean, the county, just as one example, have invested over $500,000 in this wonderful annex here. Money's important, I know. It's always competition among diminishing dollars or limited dollars. But it's really about people making it happen, right? That's what a team is. We all need to get paid and we want to take care of our families, but if we only depended on the extent to what people earn dollar-wise, we wouldn't be here. It's the going above and beyond and the commitment to the community. This program has had a tremendous impact on the community because of those community partners. The AHEC Primary Care Clinic, and I wish I had time to mention all of our team members. Dr. Culbertson would get very upset with me if I took that much time, so I won't. But I would like our AHEC team and all UT Health team. Would you wave, please? Anybody who's with AHEC or UT Health back there? I would like to mention Javier Duran, our clinic manager, and Lisette Engel, our program coordinator. If you guys would wave, please. Thank you. Our AHEC team has provided over 18,000 visits through this clinic. Over 5,000 individuals have been provided primary care and specialized women's health services, thanks to this partnership that you've created. Many of them have also received education and support regarding diabetes management, healthy eating, and exercise. Hundreds of community members have received assistance from our community health workers in the Health Disparities Project. Over 500 students in many different disciplines from all over UTRGV, medicine, physician assistant, nursing, diabetes, social work, exercise science, and medical residents have benefited from education and training opportunities in the San Carlos community because you've opened your doors to us, because of this partnership. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this opportunity. This impact would not have been and would not be possible without the support of Mrs. Maldonado and the other community leaders, and Commissioner and others, and Ms. Rodriguez. I'm convinced that communities are built and sustained by individuals who care, show commitment, and compassion. That's the secret to a healthy society and a healthy community. They're sustained by people like Mrs. Lydia Maldonado. We have just a couple of little tokens of appreciation and to drive home the fact that UTRGV ultimately is all about students, and especially your sons and daughters of the Valley. I'm going to ask one of our students to come up and help us, please. Help me. Bianca Esquivel is a master's student in social work and one of our behavioral health consultants and an AHEC scholar. She's originally from Mission, not from San Carlos, but she got here as soon as she could. So real briefly, Ms. Maldonado, Bianca will present you a little package. This from the School of Medicine. We appreciate the School of Medicine supporting it. And we want to appoint you as an honorary AHEC scholar. So thank you. Thank you, Bianca. We applaud and thank the Hidalgo County Commission and especially Commissioner Eli Torres for recognizing and honoring you, Mrs. Maldonado. And in particular, we thank all of you for allowing UTRGV, the School of Medicine, UT Health, the AHEC program to be a part of your community in this event. Thank you, Commissioner, Mrs. Maldonado.
Now to share a few words about working with Mrs. Maldonado, I'd like to invite our Chief of Staff from Hidalgo County Precinct 4, Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson.
Thank you, Mr. Forina. Ladies and gentlemen, guests, and dear residents of beloved community San Carlos, today marks a significant milestone in the journey towards a healthier, more educated, and vibrant community. As we gather here for the dedication of the Lydia Maldonado Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex and later on the Head Start Playscape ribbon cutting ceremony, I'm filled with immense pride and gratitude to be able to know someone as special and dear as Miss Maldonado and the service. It is only a model example of what I want to be when I grow up one day. I'd also like to acknowledge the unwavering dedication and foresight of our county leadership. Commissioner Torres' commitment to improving the lives of every resident has paved the way for the transformative project with the Whole Life Complex. It is through her vision and tireless efforts that we stand here today, celebrating the immense improvements to this complex. The Hidalgo County Head Start Executive Director, Irma Peña, your persistent passion to find ways to improve a child's first school experience will have an impact not just with the student, but also with the family and the community. As a former Head Start student, I thank you for striving for only the best for kids. But let us not forget the heartbeat of our community that we are celebrating today, Miss Lydia Maldonado. You and everybody here present have played such a significant role in what we have today. Whether you are a community member, whether you are a county staff member, a UTRGV physician assistant, a WIG nutritionist, a Head Start teacher, a nurse practitioner at Nuestra Clínica del Valle, a parent, a health client, and everyone, your resilience, along with Ms. Maldonado, your spirit of collaboration and your support have been instrumental in making today a reality. For the countless meetings and the spirited aspirations of services needed for this community, your involvement has been nothing short of inspiring. The buildings located at the Lydia Maldonado Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex is much more than just bricks and mortar. It is a beacon of hope and opportunity for all. Here, parents have access to vital early childhood education resources, empowering their children to unlock their future potential with the Hidalgo County Head Start program. Head Start will continue to serve as a catalyst for educational growth to prepare children for school. Furthermore, the commitment to holistic well-being shines through the health services offered within all of these buildings. From the preventive care to wellness activities, the team at the UTRGV AHEC Clinic, the WIC Clinic, and Nuestra Clínica del Valle are dedicated to ensuring that every member of our community, from the womb all the way to one's golden years, as Commissioner Torres stated, has the tools they need to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. But none of this would have been possible without collaboration, the very essence and spirit of Ms. Maldonado. For the Lydia Maldonado Precinct 4 Whole Life Complex, through partnerships with local organizations, businesses, and volunteers, Commissioner Torres and the Precinct 4 team have pooled resources and expertise to create something truly extraordinary. The massive infrastructure improvements to this complex is a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with a shared purpose. A special thanks goes to Ms. Alicia Rodriguez, Precinct 4 Endowment Center Site Supervisor, who has for many years worked with the San Carlos community and many collaborators here with us today. A special thanks goes to Mr. Nick Perez. I saw him earlier. Where are you, sir? Right over here. For spearheading the project improvements with the contractor and the construction company. A big thank you goes to Ms. Valinda Reyes for assisting Commissioner Torres with the placement of the very first Valley Metro rural bus stop in Hidalgo County to help transport people with no means to get here for services needed. Let's please give them all again a round of applause. As we embark on this new chapter, let us remember that the true measure of success not lies in the grandeur of our buildings, but in the positive impact we have on the lives of those that we serve, an inspiration that Lidia Maldonado gives us all. Let us continue to stand united in our commitment to building a brighter future for generations to come. In closing, again, I want to express my deep gratitude to everybody, including especially Ms. Lidia Maldonado, for your unwavering support. Together, we have proven that no dream is too big, no challenge too daunting when we work hand in hand as a community. And I close with a quote from Helen Keller that embodies the spirit and essence of Ms. Maldonado. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Thank you.
This is the part of the program where if you have a handkerchief or you have a Kleenex, I suggest you take it out, because now to say a few words, Judge Andre Maldonado.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Maldonado family, we want to thank everybody for being here today. We want to thank Commissioner Eli Torres. We want to thank Dr. Renaud. And we also want to thank Elisa Rodriguez. Thank y'all for making this a special day for my grandmother. She deserves it. She's done a lot for us as a family, and she does a lot for this community. My grandmother's heart is and always will be San Carlos, Texas. A little history about San Carlos, how far we've come, is back in the 1900s, up until probably the 1950s, there were no paved streets. There was no running water, and there was hardly any drainage when the streets would flood. I remember my grandmother telling a story about a gentleman named Gregorio Olivares who would deliver water to the people who lived in this area for a small fee, being it 15 cents, 25 cents, or 50 cents. It was a cart that was actually pulled by a mule. Right, Grandma? And since then, it's come a long way. We have running water, we have paved streets, and we have awesome drainage to help our constituents here in this community. I can't get started with my grandmother without talking about her partner, my grandfather, Adan Maldonado. They started a store called the White Drive-In here on 107. They started building it in 1972. It opened in stores in 1975. In between that time, my grandmother and my grandfather would work in the labor, and my grandfather would have to send my grandmother home to go take care of her 4 kids. Gloria, Tia Michelle, Tio Bibi, and my dad, Arnold Maldonado. And all because we didn't have services the way we have services today, such as Head Start. My dad, Arnold Maldonado, would tell me stories on how he would wake up real early in the mornings to help my grandparents out to open the store. They had an accounting system in which folks from our area were allowed to charge on the account, and at the end of the month, they would pay on the account. And this was because my grandparents wanted to help out people who couldn't afford groceries at that time to afford groceries and pay at a later date. This led to them being very successful entrepreneurs. As a grandson, well, Grandma, parents always say no, but Grandma Lila always said yes, right? I remember as kids, we were around 6 or 7 years old. We wanted to build a treehouse at our home. And my mom and dad said, no, you're not going to use a real hammer and nails. So we went to Grandma Lila's, and Grandma Lila gave us a hammer and nails, and we built a treehouse at her house. I remember my cousins and I started our first accidental fire at Grandma Lila's house also. And this is a story that my grandma always reminds me about. When I was around 7 years old, my mom and dad had told me no. I don't remember why. So I decided to run away next door to my grandma's house. And to this day, I can tell you, Grandma, that my kids, and I know your other great grandkids, still love going to your house to having your Kool-Aid on Sundays every morning. When our grandfather passed on February 21st, 2014, it was hard on everyone, especially my grandmother. It had been her best friend for 53 years. But it was her strength to carry on. She continued running the family business, tied her shoes, and went to work the next day. She continued volunteering at the St. Joseph the Worker Church and making the San Carlos Fall Festival a bigger event than it was before. She continued advocating for the resources for our community in the town of San Carlos. And because of her advocacy, in 2018, Precinct 4 and the UTRGV School of Medicine partnered to provide a medical clinic in San Carlos, what we have today. So again, it wouldn't be possible without my grandmother, Dr. Renaud, and Alicia Rodriguez. So again, I want to give you guys a special thank you for helping my grandmother make this special. And last, nothing is coincidental. God plans things intentionally. On the 10th anniversary of our grandfather's passing, which was February 21st of last week, Commissioner Torres advised us of today's event. I know Grandpa is proud of you, Grandma, as we all are, and we want to congratulate you, Grandma, the official mayor of San Carlos, Texas.
I told you we might need a tissue or a Kleenex, didn't I? All right, I'm going to ask all my folks right here to my right. I need you to clear a path because we're going to move the entire Maldonado family right to the plaque and the step and repeat so that we can unveil the plaque and do a group photo. So if we can have all the Maldonado family, make your way to your left at this time. And I'm going to ask the elected officials to please join us as well. After that, we are going to transition to the Hidalgo County Head Start. Dr. Renaud, this would not be possible without you, sir. Let's get our family in place, then we'll surround you with our elected officials. So let's get the Maldonado family in place, and then we'll have our elected officials make their way around you. UTRGV officials, we'd like to have you in there as well.
A saludarme y a celebrar este evento. En 2018 fue cuando comenzamos, que me invitaron a un meeting y decía que era un meeting como sort of a town hall meeting. Y comenzaron a preguntar la historia de San Carlos y ahí estaba yo. Y parece que yo podía contestar todas las preguntas que estaban preguntando de San Carlos. Y luego me dijeron que me habían electado. Bueno, no fue porque ser la más bonita de que había ido al meeting, sino que era la más vieja que estaba allí. Sí, y por eso les digo, desde entonces comenzamos, Dr. Renaud, Eli, Alicia, todos me han ayudado, Dr. Renaud, Dr. Celine, Mr. Olivares, ustedes todos, cada quien de ustedes, todos del Precinto 4, todos los de aquí de San Carlos, la comunidad de aquí alrededor, les doy las sinceras gracias, ¿ok? Y yo dije, ay, ojalá que no me dé ataque para entonces, sí, tengo 82 años y todavía trabajo desde las... sí. Sí. Ahí cuando pasan por el 107 me viendo a las 6:30 estoy abriendo la oficina y no me voy hasta el último. Hasta que no se van todos los trabajadores, a todos los trato bien y yo me quedo hasta el último. Pero primero son los trabajadores y luego soy yo. Y muchísimas gracias, muchísimas gracias. Ya parece que estamos poniendo San Carlos en el mapa y ya parece que está creciendo. Y Alicia me dijo, van a venir muchas cosas nuevas y grandes a San Carlos y todavía estamos esperando más. Gracias, gracias, gracias.
How about another round of applause for Lidia Maldonado?
Ya terminamos. You can take your seat.
Ándale, okay.
Thank you all for joining us. Now we're going to transition to our second part of the ceremony, which is going to be the great work that we've done here at Hidalgo County Head Start. And to give us a few details, I'd like to invite Hidalgo County Head Start Executive Director Irma Peña to share a few words.
I am going to try to keep my comments brief because it's getting colder. Good morning y buenos días, San Carlos. I also have a Maldonado story. First of all, before we begin, and forgive me because I am getting cold. Okay. I want to congratulate Miss Lidia Maldonado and her family for the incredible contributions she has made to her community, and Head Start is very grateful. But I also have Miss Maldonado's story. All those years ago, when Head Start was contemplating building facilities, the Head Start program was getting a lot of talk and a lot of push from the Catholic Church here in San Carlos, and they kept on saying, "Well, the lady from the Y is really pushing." So, just so you'll know, the lady from the Y was part of that initiative that made this beautiful facility of Head Start. Thank you, and again, congratulations, de puro corazón. Gracias. I want to also take this opportunity to recognize the Commissioners Court and the Policy Council. We have some Policy Council members with us today. I'd like to recognize Ms. Adelita Munoz and also Ms. Crystal Loredo, Policy Council member. I don't know, do we have any other Policy Council members here with us today? All right. So, but I want to express on behalf of all of the parents and all of the staff from the San Carlos Head Start program our extreme gratitude to Commissioner Eli Torres. As I said, the San Carlos campus has been here for many years, but I just got back to Hidalgo County Head Start about a little over a year ago, and when I got back, Commissioner Eli told me very early on, I want to make improvements. I want to make sure that when the children are being dropped off and picked up, that they're not exposed to the elements, that they're not going to get rained on. And at that time, a lot of our staff was still parking in unpaved area. She goes, we need to take care of that. In a very short period of time, look where we are today. Look where we are today. I cannot just express our extreme gratitude, Commissioner. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's right. Today we are celebrating the ribbon cutting for this incredible outdoor learning space. It's a first of its kind here in South Texas, not just here in the Valley, but in South Texas. And I do want to say that the Hidalgo County Head Start program is the largest Head Start program in the state of Texas. The concept behind the design was first and foremost that it is inclusive, where children with disabilities would be able to participate in all aspects of the outdoor learning space, and that it was safe, yes, and it has a soft ground surface. But another concept was that we wanted to make this environment look like a classroom. You're going to notice that there's a table section area where it's going to provide the opportunity for the teachers to actually conduct lessons. There's an exploration area that not only has a music area, a science area, an art area, and learning panels that are in dual language, because English and Spanish, el español es muy importante para nuestra cultura. The large structures provides additional learning panels that are designed for language development and exploration. The garden, there is also a garden area that will allow children not only to plant the vegetables, but to also eat them and actually have a picnic outside in the picnic tables. Okay? Obviously, this couldn't take place without so many people. I want to recognize every single Head Start employee that is here today. If you could please raise your hand. And we want to recognize our VIPs. Besides the Maldonado family, they're sitting to my left. Please give them a big round of applause. And they've got some huge smiles over there. They're ready for the pictures, by the way. Okay. I want to thank, obviously, there's the staff and Alamo Classroom Solutions. You're going to be hearing from the project manager in just a bit, but I do want to thank our executive team, particularly Dr. Cantu, Mr. Tovar, Ms. Sainz, and the entire team. Thank you so much for everything. And I do want to tell you, as this project started, we had children looking outside in the windows every day, okay? And they've been anxious to be able to go out there. Once you go in there, you're going to notice there's even a trike trail. And forgive me because my lips are starting to freeze up. So if I'm not speaking clearly, you know why, okay? But there's a trike trail, and they added a car wash and a gas station, okay? But everything is for safety purposes as well. Again, we are so incredibly proud. And we want to thank the entire community. And I want to give a very special thanks to the Head Start parents that are here today. If you're a Head Start parent, si es familia del programa de Head Start, por favor, levanten la mano. We dedicate this outdoor learning environment and this outdoor learning playscape to not only the children that are here before you, but for the children for many years to come. God bless you all. Thank you.
And now to tell us a little bit about the project, we want to welcome Alamo Classroom Solution Project Manager David Garza to share a few words about his hard work on this project.
I wish I would have seen the forecast that it was going to be this cold. Good morning, everybody. Today is filled with gratitude and warmth for the incredible opportunity we've been given to participate in the playground construction project for the children of Hidalgo County Head Start. It's truly an honor to be a part of such a meaningful endeavor that will impact the lives of our children and our community for years to come. First and foremost, I wanted to express my deepest thanks to Ms. Peña and her incredible management and their unwavering support and belief in this program. Without their generosity and vision, none of this would have been possible. Their dedication to the well-being and development of our children is truly commendable. Also, thank you to the Grantee Board, Judge Cortez, and Commissioner Torres for providing the program with their support and backing. I also want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to each one of you who has contributed your time, energy, and resources to make this project a reality. Whether you volunteered as Policy Council member, staff who contributed suggestions, ideas to make the project more user-friendly, or offered your expertise, your contributions have been invaluable. It's inspiring to see our community come together with such enthusiasm and passion to create something so special for our little ones. To the parents, teachers, and staff who will work tirelessly to ensure that this playground is a safe and nurturing environment for our children to learn and grow, thank you. Your commitment to their happiness and development is truly admirable, and I have no doubt that this playground will become a cherished space where memories are made and friendships flourish. Last but certainly not least, I want to express my gratitude to the children themselves, the VIPs as Ms. Peña called them. You are the reason we embarked on this journey, and your joy and laughter will be the ultimate reward. May this playground be a place where your imaginations run wild, where you learn the importance of teamwork and cooperation, and where you make friendships that last a lifetime. In closing, let us remember the profound impact that a simple act of kindness and generosity can have on the lives of others. Together, we have not only built a playground, but also created a symbol of love, unity, and community spirit. Thank you all once again for your incredible dedication and support. Let's continue to work together to create a brighter future for our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Garza with Alamo Classroom Solutions. Now, we can't let this go without very special performances. I'd like to call up the Head Start student performance, Ms. Ana Gallegos with Edinburgh CISD teacher and Michelle Hernandez, Head Start assistant teacher. If you'll bring your classes forward, please, so that we can have a very special performance. They're going to sing right there. Okay, VIPs, are we ready? Here we go. VIPs. We're trying. All right. I'm sure I could just give my phone to one of them and they'd figure out why it's not playing. I see the video moving. I just don't hear anything coming out. Okay, VIPs, I'm going to have to ask you to help me out, and we're going to sing it on our own. It's a beautiful day, right? All right, teachers, can we get a little help? It's called Teacher Charm, and it's a beautiful day.
Disconnect your Bluetooth and you play it. Disconnect and put it with the microphone. Yeah.
Ok, un momento, vamos a hacer un cambio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is a beautiful day. Let's give them a big round of applause. And as our VIPs head back to their seats, we want to bring up our next classroom under the direction of Ms. San Juanita Reyes Ortiz, Head Start teacher, and Angelica Flores, Edinburgh CISD assistant teacher. We'd like to bring up our next round of VIPs.
I'm about to move. Not sure where to start.
these kids are going to show that not only English and Spanish is important, but they're going to show us the signs of color through American Sign Language. You ready? How about a round of applause for Ms. San Juanita Reyes Ortiz and Angelica Flores? Great job, boys and girls. Give them another big round of applause, please. So we'll let our VIPs clear. And as we did for the Mandolado unveiling, we're going to ask all of our guests to step aside to the right side now and let us do the ribbon cutting for the big park. We'd appreciate all of their help. So if you would make your way to the ribbon cutting for the park, we'll get it started. As everyone is making their way to the park, we'd like to welcome Judge Fernando Mancias, who is joining us today. Thank you, Judge, for coming out. And we'd like to thank the Edinburgh Fire Department for the use of the large flag and the truck to hold it for us. Thank you, Edinburgh Fire Department.